Who hasn't experienced those days where life just feels meh? You are too tired and too mentally exhausted to care about your weight loss journey, track calories, exercising. Going for a walk feels like a pure torture. And the simplest tasks you promised yourself to accomplish every single day just feel like you're trying to climb the Mount Everest. Even though you know you will feel miserable afterwards, you still decide to relax, watch your favorite show, and eat more than just 3 slices of pizza. You have fallen off track. Really? Not so fast. Look, we're not robots here. We're humans. And we have other things to do besides chasing our weight loss goals. Plus, let's be real, we all have a battery limit that, let's say, sometimes can be recharged with a pizza rather than a salad. In this video, we'll talk about valuable insights and practical tips to help you navigate these challenging periods and help you stay on track. With the right mindset and the right strategies, you can overcome the obstacles and keep making progress. So if you're ready to take control of your weight loss journey, let's dive in. Tip number 1 to manage stressful days on your weight loss journey is be mentally prepared. This is pretty much straightforward, but simply acknowledging that there will be days where consistency will look different can help you maintain a sense of calm and relaxation throughout your weight loss journey. Because oftentimes deviating from the plan can cause feelings of overwhelm, panic, and a lack of focus. And that all results in a drastic decrease of mental energy that then makes it super difficult to take back control. Because when you refuse to accept the tough days, they only become tougher because you give them the power. But by accepting them and acknowledging that they are a natural part of your weight loss journey, you will maintain control and resilience. So don't beat yourself up for not strictly adhering to your plan on some days, or maybe even on some weeks. The key to success here is to work with what you have and do what you can. Here's an analogy for you. Imagine a car with 4 wheels. If one wheel gets a flat tire, it doesn't make any sense to puncture all the other 3 wheels as well. Similarly, it doesn't make any sense to let 1 bad day, 3 bad days, or maybe even 3 bad weeks snowball into 3 bad years. That's silly. So allow yourself some flexibility and grant permission to fall off track occasionally. Emphasize progress over perfection. Always. Don't just focus on a day or a week. Focus on your overall decision to take better care of yourself and of your health. On such days, zoom out and see the bigger picture of how keen you are working to change your life. My tip number 2 for staying on track, no matter what, is setting realistic goals. Also, super straightforward, right? But still, so many people aren't getting that right. If you aim to lose 10 pounds in 1 month, I guarantee you it will result in feeling of stress, rush, and lack of composure. And just in general, being in a hurry will lead to disappointment if deviations from the plan occur. You will feel like nothing is happening, and then you might change a running system to a non-running system. What do I mean? As an example, suppose you're currently losing weight at a healthy pace, but it's not fast enough. You're consuming 1,800 calories, but because it's not fast enough, you decide to go down to 1,200 calories. And it seems to work. You start to lose weight much faster. But at the same time, you feel hungry, you experience cravings, you feel deprived, you are tired, you are easily irritable, you have a really bad sleep, and that leads to you giving up. In essence, you have transitioned from a 1,800 calories running system to a 1,200 calories non-running system, and you haven't considered the consequences of your decision. And this change was driven by emotions rather than by a realistic and mindful approach. So when you set realistic goals, stressful, overwhelming days, no matter what, can bring you down. Because when you set the goal of losing 2 to 6 pounds per month, you'll realize you're doing amazing. You will be able to process your emotions in a much healthier way. You will keep your mental and physical energy, and it will be so much easier to get back on track. It will be much easier to adhere to your plan, and it will be much easier to create healthier habits. And my last tip to overcome super stressful days is stay organized. For me, I am naturally a super messy and unorganized person, and I had to accept the harsh truth that without structures, without planning, without a system that works for you nearly automatically, it's super hard to stay consistent with anything in life. Because let's be honest, motivation will always fluctuate. This is nothing new. And if you haven't created a well-structured system and you still rely on motivation, you're still pretty much an amateur when it comes to weight loss, honestly. And after years of yo-yoing up and down, you might feel like leaving behind that role and becoming a professional. But that's the identity change you must be willing to accept. Because if you're okay with being an amateur for years after years of struggling, I don't see any great results for you anytime soon. But if you're saying, well, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm ready to become a pro. I'm ready to become a boss of my own weight loss journey. I'm done. Let's get it. Then you will start taking it more seriously. And this is where you might say, I actually hate planning and I hate structures. But you know what? If that's necessary, tell me how to do it. Okay, ensure your success by establishing the habit of meal prepping. During the most challenging times of your weight loss journey, where you usually would decide to get fast food, you will now have your own fast food. That is much healthier and more satisfying and calorie lower. Unfortunately, there are certain misconceptions about meal prepping hindering so many people acquiring this habit and actually making great weight loss progress. One of those is meal prepping is super time consuming and I will need my whole Sunday. While meal prep might seem time consuming at first, it actually saves you time in the long run. By taking the time each week to prepare meals, you'll have healthy options ready to go when you're short on time. And this eliminates the need to constantly make decisions about what to eat and reduces the time spent shopping, cooking, cleaning up after each meal during the week. And with proper planning and preparation, meal prep can be a time-saving tool. Personally, I allocate 2 to 3 hours on a Sunday and 1 hour on a Wednesday to prepare meals for my family. I'm honestly curious what other people are cooking on a Sunday when they need 7 hours plus, especially if it isn't batch cooking for a whole month. Certainly opting for elaborate meals inspired by Instagram influencer accounts who prioritize presenting visually appealing food on their platform can lead to an increased time spent in the kitchen. But I prefer to opt for quick, uncomplicated, yet delicious meals that are well suited for meal prepping and reheating.
And still you spend 3 hours on the Sunday. I don't want this. Nah.
I believe the challenge lies in the fact that many people do not realize how much time and energy they spend on decision making, meal preparation, and cleaning on a daily basis. If 3 hours seems like a significant time investment, consider that. On average, people who do not meal prep spend 7 hours per week on food-related activities. Not to mention the toll of decision fatigue and the temptation to make unhealthy choices that do not align with their goals. Of course, the level of time investment required for meal prepping may vary from person to person, especially in the initial stages, as adopting a new habit often involves trying out new strategies, finding delicious and easy recipes, and becoming proficient with the process. However, starting small and gradually building up can lead to mastery over time. With an open mind and a willingness to experiment, it won't be long before meal prepping becomes a crucial aspect of your weight loss journey and a habit you'll never want to abandon. We all have super hard days where it's just impossible to stay motivated, and that's why it's even more important to not rely on motivation, but on the right mindset and realistic strategies that help us to stay on track no matter what. Be mentally prepared, set realistic goals, and stay organized by implementing a well-structured system. And if you follow the vegan and accidentally eat an entire pizza, don't worry. Use all the energy you have to get back on track instead of beating yourself up. After all, abs are made in the kitchen, yes, but pizza is made in heaven. So let's strive for balance and healthy habits. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, why not subscribing for more informative and empowering videos? I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, stay awesome.